super, super important. So first, tonight, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'll be doing a live where this is going to be for all auditors or even people who've had their equipment, their phone, if they've had anything taken from them by the sheriff's department or the police department. I'm going to show you the exact paperwork that I will send off copies to anybody who wants one. They can copy and paste what I put in there, and then they'll be able to get their property back from the sheriff or from the Ironton Police Department, because what they're doing is illegal. They can't take your phone. So let me give you just the legal definitions and the terminology so you understand how your rights are being violated. Okay, the only reason that they can confiscate a phone, the only legal reason that they're allowed to confiscate your phone is if your phone is contraband, meaning that your phone has been involved in a crime for drugs, or it's a gun, or you have espionage, or you're being charged with treason. Those are reasons why they can keep your phone. But what they can't do is any auditors who have your phone taken, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of how to file federal litigation to get your phone back. And that is so important because so many people are losing their equipment and their phones and their personal property. And by the way, so that's the first thing. I'm going to send in a letter for demand today. Today we will serve them with a letter for demand, and then tomorrow we will file a federal civil rights lawsuit tomorrow in Cincinnati. That happens tomorrow. And I'm going to show the auditors and you guys, if they took your equipment, how exactly to file your civil rights lawsuit. So there's 3 steps to it. You're going to file a complaint, and I'm going to show you all of the paperwork. I'm going to show you all the paperwork so that and by the way, if you don't have that paperwork, I will email it over to you so that you have a copy of it, and then you just fill in the blanks, okay? So we're going to file that today, and then so there's 3 steps. The first one is we file a complaint, which is a lawsuit. And the next one, we file an injunction with the federal court in Cincinnati. And then the third step is we file a motion that is, so when you say the word motion, what you're saying is we are essentially, just so you know, we are forcing the court to take action. Motion. See? You see how it works? Let me see this down. God, you're killing me. Sorry. It's okay. It's not your fault. I have a jacket for you. Actually, I didn't give you one yesterday, but I'll give you one. I have a big sweatshirt for you. Oh, it's so hot in here. My God. So, okay. So I'm going to teach you guys how to get your property back. If they took your phone, which by the way, they're stealing everybody's stuff there. And it's not just there, it's all over that tri-state area. And by the way, just so you know, federal litigation is not state. The state can't stop you from getting your property back. The state cannot stop you. And what they've been doing is they've been cheating you guys because no one came in and taught you how to get your property back. They can't take your stuff because what happens is, yes, I am moving to Ironton, Ohio. If anybody says anything, I don't care what you say. I'm moving to Ironton because that's where the center of corruption in our country is stemming from, these small towns in that little tri-state area. So all you dirty cops, I'm coming. And then just so you know, also this week, we're filing 2 civil rights lawsuits. We're suing for someone else there. I think everybody knows. We're suing for Kent Freeman. I'm going to fill out the paperwork for Kent. I'm going to help him fill out the paperwork is what I'm going to do. I'm going to assist him with his paperwork, which is not practicing law. And I'm going to send him the paperwork so he can fill it all in himself, because that Jay Spuljarek, you guys saw him beat him up. You guys saw him tase him. You saw him abuse him. You saw him mace him in his own house. And just so you know, you're supposed to scream, taser, taser, taser. I'm going to tase you. You're supposed to give the man a warning, and he did not. He did not. And so Kent's lawsuit is a 7-figure lawsuit. The lawsuit I'm filing is $300,000, $250,000. And just so you know, we're going to win. We're going to win. Also in this lawsuit tomorrow that we're filing is going to be against the Lawrence County Jail for forcing me to give my social security number, or they threaten to charge me with more crimes, which is against your constitutional rights. You can't compel me to give my social security number. And by the way, the damage is called exemplary, meaning that we're going to make an example out of what they did to me. And if anybody was forced to give your social security number, let's start thinking about a class action lawsuit against the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department for forcing you to give your social security number, because that gives them access. And by the way, that information can be leaked, your information can be stolen. And so I'm going to show you guys legal processes. I'm going to show you the actual paperwork so that you can learn how to do it. And by the way, just so you know, 92% of federal civil rights lawsuits are brought by the person who was violated, not by a lawyer. So in other words, people who get so sick of it, they want to sue so badly, but they don't know how to do it. And so that's what I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you the step-by-step process. And if you don't have the paperwork, I'm going to put it on my website so you can download it for free. And then if you need help, I'll talk to you on the phone. I'll say, well, here's what I did. Here's what I did. Here's how I did it. I'm allowed to tell you how I did it. I'm allowed to tell you how I did my thing. I'm not practicing law. I'm not doing your law work for you. You're doing it, but you don't know how to do it. Now, here's what I need from you guys. Connect the dots. You guys, does everybody know how to get to the community page? Does everybody know how to get to the community page or to my Facebook page? I'm posting up pictures of people. We need to identify those people. We need to identify those people. Forgive me, I laugh because some people are just so ridiculously stupid, right? You can't fix stupid. You just can't fix a stupid person. I'm sorry, you just can't fix them. They don't want to learn, they don't want to advance themselves. I can't fix you if you're dumb. I'm sorry. So when you go to the YouTube page, when you go to the DeletelawZ YouTube page, find the community tab. And on that community tab, I'm posting pictures of people who we need to connect the dots. Does anybody else have a hidden video that they're not sharing with me yet? Does anybody have a video of cops abusing you? Oh, by the way, someone emailed me a Google Drive of McKnight's body cam footage. I need you to send that to me again. I need you to re-email that to me. Please re-email me that. Anybody has body cam footage? Someone emailed me McKnight's body cam footage, and I can't find that email because there's so many hundreds and hundreds of emails. So I can't find it. So do me a favor, tell all the auditors that tonight, in about 4 hours, I'm gonna teach you guys how to I'm gonna show you the actual paperwork, the step-by-step process of how to file a lawsuit. Does anybody here have your stuff stolen? DeletelawZ@gmail.com. DeletelawZ with a Z on the end of it. Instead of DeletelawZ with an S, DeletelawZ with a Z on the end of it. So all auditors, this is a call to all auditors. If you've had your equipment stolen, you can get that back within 24 to 48 hours. And if they don't give it back to you, you have a civil rights lawsuit for damages, and you can possibly even get exemplary damages, making an example out of them for stealing your property and ending your right to be press. How dumb are you guys there? Did you think that no one would ever come in and challenge you? Is that what you thought? You've been bullying and railroading these people for years. It's done. It is done. Because now everything I do is transparent. Everything I do. Did you guys see what David Lucas did? Did you guys see what David Lucas did? It's on the community page. It's on my Facebook page. He told a mutual contact that I pooped my pants. David Lucas told a guy who introduced me to David Lucas, he told him that I soiled myself. And I called the contact and I said, what did David just say? He said, David Lucas said that I pooped my pants. And then, did you guys read it on the community page? And then David Lucas said, you know, this is Appalachian country. You want to get out of town. You're trying to get a Netflix deal? You don't want to be in Lawrence County right now. Mr. Lucas, I'm afraid that you are meeting transparency, sir. And then David Lucas ran for commissioner and he lost by a vote or two. So they created David Lucas Communications so that he could continue to be a parasite on your tax dollars. David Lucas Communications was created after he lost the county commissioner election. Did you know that? And did you know that David Lucas Communication is a publicly funded communication company? Did you know that? What kind of service do they provide for you? What kind of service are you getting from David Lucas Communication? And why are tax dollars funding David Lucas Communication? Why is that? Oh, because he almost won the county commissioner seat. And as you know, power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. So then the next thing is, oh, okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate you popping up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. So probably just the wrong place for you. That's all, brother. So now, then I posted a picture. Do you guys remember the guy Donnie? The guy Donnie who came down on the street and he yelled in my ear and he was like, you got 3 seconds to get out of town. And I just pointed the camera and I said, hey, listen, if you got something to say, brother, I'm more than willing to let you be heard. And then he said, you got 4 seconds to leave town. You got 5 seconds to leave town. We found a picture of him with Judge Kevin Waldo. What is the relationship between Donnie and Kevin Waldo? Can anybody, oh, dude, you're just on the wrong page. That's all, brother. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Go with God, my friend. It's just not here. That's all. God's over there too. Go with God. God bless you. So what is the connection with Donnie and Kevin Waldo? Why would they be in a picture together? And that's on the community page. It's also on my Facebook page. Why is that? Why is that? And does anybody else, and I'm going to ask this one more time, does anybody else have any video of police abuse and they're not sharing it with me? I like to use WeTransfer. Please use WeTransfer if you're going to send me anything. If you would, please. No, it's definitely Donnie and Kevin Waldo. Donnie and Kevin Waldo are in the same picture. And then Donnie came down and screamed in my ear for me to get out of town. And then David Lucas told another guy that I pooped my pants. And then he sent me a text and said, don't worry, I'm not going to tell anybody that you soiled yourself. Mr. Lucas, welcome to transparency, sir. God bless you. God bless your family. Anything you send to me, I'll expose publicly, very publicly. And I'll go on live twice a day, 3 times a day to expose anybody who sends me stuff that's not above board. Like trying to say that I poop my pants. I mean, so just think about this for a moment, okay? Just say, for example, that you pooped your pants. Just say you did, right? Would you tell a perfect stranger who works for media that you pooped your pants? Would you? You're going to do an interview with David Lucas and then you poop your pants and you don't know him at all. You don't know anything about him. He got in your van and said, hey, I want to interview you. And then would you tell him, oh yeah, by the way, I pooped my pants? Would you do that? Does that make any sense at all? Mr. Lucas, sorry, sir. I'm sorry. You're getting exposed. This is called transparency, sir. And by the way, Mr. Lucas, you are a public figure, just like I'm a public figure now. Meaning, Mr. Lucas, I can literally make fun of you and say anything I want about you because you're David Lucas Communications. So, yeah, so it's just a scam. It's just a scam. And just so you know, remember, they'll do anything to shut this down. They'll do anything. You know, I'll have family and friends who I've known for years that will come up with a story about me. Why do you think I'm so transparent? I one time saw a video of a professor, and I watched this video where he asked the class, he said, here's what I want you guys to do. He put a big piece of paper up on the wall. And he said, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to walk up to the wall, students, these are 18 to 25 years old. And he says, I want you to walk up to the wall and I want you to write on the wall the worst thing you've ever done. And all the kids were like, oh man, I don't know if I want to put the worst thing I've ever done on the wall. And then pretty soon what happened over the semester is people started to write on the wall the worst thing they'd ever done, right? I drove drunk one time and I was on drugs and then I almost hit this guy and he had to jump in the ditch and he hurt his leg and I got out and he was injured, right? And then once they wrote on the wall the worst thing they had ever done, what you found out really quick was that the worst thing you've done, if you haven't RAPE, if you haven't performed RAPE, if you haven't performed vicious assault on another person where they're begging you, like they do cops, please, sir, please, this hurts, sir, please, right? If you haven't been a child predator, right? Then you can write the worst thing you've ever done on the wall. Mr. Lucas, the worst thing I've ever done, I'll write on the wall. Will you? Why is Mr. Lucas publicly funded? I don't understand that. Why is he? How long has David Lucas communicated? So just so you know, when someone comes at me and they make up stupid stuff about me, like saying I poop my pants, which I would never confide in you, David. I would never say that to you. So, okay, I don't want to get off this. So, I need your video that you have. I need the video that you have. You have a video that you're sitting on, and I need to see your video. I need to see it. I need you to send it to me through WeTransfer. And then tonight, in just about 4 hours, maybe less, maybe more, somewhere around 4 hours, I'm gonna teach a class on how to file your letter to demand property back, how to file your federal complaint, how to file your injunction so that they cannot search your phone or get a search warrant for your phone, because unless it's contraband, then they can't search your phone. And then the fourth thing I'm gonna do is teach you how to file a motion, so that you can file a motion. And a motion, just remember that. Think with the word motion, you're causing the court to move. You're causing a motion. So that's super important, okay? Yeah, I would love to know more. And then I need you guys to go to community page or to my Facebook page and tie these little strings together. Because just so you know, Kristen Finley's dad, what's his name again? Was his name Mike Finley? Was that his name? Let me see. Let me grab this piece of paper. Yeah. So, Judge Kristen Finley, Miss Finley, you can't hide the financial records. Deanna Holiday put she didn't. Her husband, Sean Holiday, invested $250,000 into a rehabilitation clinic along with 4 other people. 4 other people. Why would they do that 2 years ago? And then, just so you know, the money in the rehabilitation clinics is unbelievable. They are making unbelievable money. I'm talking millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And who are they doing it to? You. How many people have been incarcerated inside of one of these rehab facilities mandatorily? How many people? I need to know how many people. Okay? I need to know how many people. How many people have been put inside of these rehabilitation clinics? And then, oh, by the way, if you don't agree to go to the in-house facility of rehabilitation, well, then Mr. Kevin Waldo will put you in jail. And he did that to a girl right in front of me in court. I have the notes for it. I have all of the notes for it. The woman is 50 years old, and she came into the courtroom in chains. I thought Mr. Waldo was for liberty and freedom. Why would you put a girl? And then here's the other thing. Here's the real scam. Here's the scam of these rehab centers. They do, so say you're in rehab, right? They test you in the rehab center, and then if you test dirty, they charge you with a crime. And if you test dirty, then they put you in jail. How is that my brother's keeper? I am my brother's keeper. Have you ever heard that before? So how does that help the person if you put them in a dungeon, and then, by the way, you get charged with a crime? And then there's a couple charges that are just everywhere. Here's the charges. Attempt to escape. Did you know that? There's more attempts to escape in Lawrence County than anywhere I've ever seen, in any county, anywhere. I've never seen so many people charged with assaulting a police officer and attempting to escape. And the third one is tampering with evidence. And that, throw mama from the train, Pam, you're getting served today. I'm serving you today, Pamela. You, Pam, you are in big trouble. You think, I told you when I got to town, I was coming here to sue you. And I'm doing exactly that. Because now, who else was wrongfully attacked by these absolute, unchecked, no checks and balances animals? Who else was attacked? Who has got a video? Okay? Who's got a video? Who's got the video? Someone has a video. Someone has a video. So those 3 charges. Number 1, attempt to flee. Number 2, tampering with evidence. And the third one was, oh God, I can't even keep track of my things because it's just so, there's just so much data of corruption inside. So I need you guys to connect the dots for me. I put up a picture and I said, identify these people. I need them all identified. I need to know who is the owners of these companies. You know, because, and then what is the connection between Donnie? Sure, no problem. What is the connection between Donnie and Kevin Waldo? Why are they in a picture together? Because remember, Donnie came down and yelled in my ear and told me, you get out of here in 3 seconds and 4 seconds and 5 seconds and 2 seconds and 4 seconds. And what are you talking about, Donnie? Donnie, I'm not afraid of you, dude. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of any of this. Because you know what the word is? What's the word? What's the word that keeps everybody safe? What's the word? Transparency. That's the word we're looking for. That's the word. No links in the description. I'm going to teach that class later tonight. I'm going to make sure that I have all the paperwork printed out. We got a printer here. I'm going to print out all the paperwork so that you guys can actually, I'm going to show you guys the documentation. I can't show you this because it says my notes on it. But it looks like, you know, and then the Lambert family, how do you guys have the medical examiner? And then I think I called him Jim, but I think his name is Kevin. His name's Kevin. I think I called him Jim. I made a mistake. Please forgive me for that. I didn't mean to. And so I have so many things. I just want to be very careful that I don't expose anybody who asks me. And if you contact me, I promise you that I'll give you total anonymity. And then yesterday, just so you know, how many people, here's the other question I had. I'm glad I looked at my notes. How many people here are paying child support or being paid for child support, and your spouse or your baby mama or baby daddy is not getting that child support? That's what I need to know, okay? I need to know how many people are paying child support or the recipient or are supposedly the recipient of child support, and they're not getting a dime, not a single dime. And then we're looking into this debtor's prison that they've created there. A little more work on that, but I'm gonna find out if it's because they can create state statutes, but if those statutes go against the Constitution and you're being locked up in a debtor's prison because you didn't pay your child support or your formal child support, then I think that that's a civil rights violation, but we're gonna find out. There's a little more research to go here. We have to just research the Ohio Revised Code a little more. And by the way, just so you guys know, who are the legislators? You know, and I'm starting a third party, the Civil Rights Transparency Party, the Transparency Civil Rights Party. Who are these legislators that say that if you don't pay your child support, that you get your driver's license taken away? And so then what happens? Then you become a criminal because you either, it's a double jeopardy. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't drive to work to pay your child support because you don't have a driver's license. But then if you don't pay your child support, you go to jail. So which is it? Who are these legislators? I'd like to know. Can anybody tell me the bill? Anybody tell me the bill that was written that says that you lose your license if you don't pay your child support? Because that criminalizes you because you have to drive in America. You can't not drive. Oh, you're probably just on the wrong channel, brother. You're probably just on the wrong channel. God bless you, sir. You enjoy the ride to hell. Because I don't give a shit what you think, dude. So, today, we're filing that we're suing them tomorrow. We're filing a what's that called? It's called a demand for return of property. It's called a demand for return of property, and that's a federal letter. That's not a state letter because they can't take my property. They cannot take my property. So again, internet sleuths, people who love to research, what bill is that in Ohio that allows the cops to, or the courts to suspend your driver's license if you don't pay your child support? What is that? Can anybody tell me who's the sponsor of that bill? Who's the co-sponsor? How'd that get through committee? So let me explain something to you guys so you understand how government works. The way it works is me, Chille DeCastro, because I'm running for governor and I'm going to win on a new party called the Transparency Civil Rights Party, because government seems to be the biggest problem in America. It's the biggest problem in America because when the government comes, you go to a dungeon, right? So here's how it works. Me, I write a bill, and then I take that bill and I take it to the House of Representatives and I submit that bill into what's called a committee. A committee is a group of Democrats and Republicans, because it's a duopoly, which we're going to break. It's a duopoly. And then I submit the bill into committee, which is just a handful of Republicans and Democrats who were selected to, it's not appropriations. What's that name of that committee typically? It doesn't matter, but it's the same process. So I take the bill and I submit it into committee. Now the committee of just a few Democrats and a few Republicans, they say, we like it. And so then they send it to a bigger group of people, or to the House, to the whole House of Representatives in the Ohio State House, and then those people vote on the bill whether it's good or not. And then after they vote on it, then it goes into the Senate, and the Senate will alter the bill. They'll say, we'll take that out, we'll add some pork in there because my buddy owns or my buddy owns a rehab clinic. So let's just throw that mandatory rehab in there in this bill. But this is for your driver's license. So then it goes to the Senate of the Senate, and then they alter the bill slightly, and then they send it back to the House, and then they have something called, let's just call it negotiations, because I can't remember the exact term. But then the House and the Senate sends, again, a small group of representatives from the Senate, a small group from the House. They get together, and they say, here's the changes we made, and the House says, well, here's the changes we need, and then they agree on it. And then the Republicans and Democrats, because there's no third party, they then vote on it. And so they vote on it and they passed it. They passed that if you don't pay your child support to the court, that then you lose your driver's license. Who wrote that bill? Who wrote that bill? I want to know who wrote that bill. I want to know who wrote that bill. Why are my eyes so glassy? Because I worked out like a demon today, Susie. Did you? Did you, Susie? Did you work out like a demon today, Susie? Did you wake up this morning and do 20 sprints? Did you work out this morning and do, I think I did 70 kettlebell swings? Did you do that this morning, Susie? Did you? I'll bet you didn't. I'll bet you didn't, Susie. I'll bet you didn't. I'll bet you don't even exercise. I'll just bet. I'm willing to bet. So I'm willing to bet. Susie, what you want to do is you want to rest your fork arm and run. Or walk. But don't hack me because my eyes are glassy because I trained like a banshee this morning. Oh, shut up, Susie. Shut up. Shut up, Susie. Listen, just let me put you in timeout for a little while. You know, maybe I don't know who you are, but I don't give a damn who you are. Because you know what we're finding? We're finding businesses in Ironton and Lawrence County are colluding that the county commissioner, Deanna Holiday, is an investor, but she didn't put the investment in herself. She put the investment into her husband, Sean. Why did Sean invest in a rehab facility if Deanna is the county commissioner? Why did that happen? Isn't that a conflict of interest? It's just so absolutely ridiculous. Who wrote that bill? I'm dying to know. I'm dying to know. Who would submit a bill into committee that says that if you don't pay child support, you lose your driver's license? So then you can't go to work, and then where does the money go? It goes to the jail, because you're going to go to jail, because you have to drive in America, because you can't afford to take Uber everywhere. So I need you guys to look on the community page, identify those people. Oh, is Lackluster in the house? What's up, Lack? Dude, thank you so much for the support, Lackluster. I'm a huge fan of Lackluster. Yeah, statists are corrupt cultists. Exactly correct. So let's track it down, though. So just so you guys know, the Transparency Civil Rights Party that I'm running on in Ohio, that I've written the entire platform myself, obviously I've been a little busy. So the Transparency Party, what we do specifically, and I'm going to get into more detail, we expose those people who vote for bills like the police own the body cam footage and you have to get permission from them. And then how many people can't get the body cam footage? Remember, send me an email, can'tgetbodycam@gmail.com. On the subject line says the agency, the state, and what happened. And then just a little real quick paragraph. Can'tgetbodycam@gmail.com. Can'tgetbodycam. That's exactly it, because it's 4 words. Okay? So yeah, cool. But who was the sponsor of the bill? Who wrote that bill? Because that person needs to be voted out of office. They need to be voted out. Why would they do that to someone? Oh, that's okay, buddy. Thank you so much for popping up your head. I appreciate the trolls when they pop up because I just send them to just go to hell, dude. I don't have any time for you because the people are speaking now. This is called transparency, my friend, and we're going to expose everything. I won't hide anything. And so just to finish that story I said, when you write on the wall the worst thing you've ever done, and that was a college course that I saw a professor did that, just so you guys know, I'm willing to write on the wall the worst thing I've ever done. The worst thing I've ever done in my life isn't that bad. Isn't that bad? And I'm willing to put it on the wall. I'll write it out. Is that working over there yet? You can't do it from your computer? Just go on my computer. It's open, right? On one of the tabs is the email links. So let me tell you guys what we're doing this week, okay? We're filing a writ of habeas corpus for someone who, it's called a petition of habeas corpus for someone who's been wrongfully incarcerated for a very long time. We're filing 2 civil rights lawsuits, one for me and one for Kent Freeman. So you dirty pigs, Kent Freeman is filing a lawsuit against you. If anything happens to him, and he has cameras all around his house now, he added more cameras. You dumb pigs. So anything happens to Kent when I've made an announcement, remember, they can't do anything when we're transparent. When we're willing to be totally transparent, they can't do anything. I'm moving to Ironton. I'm changing my residency to Ohio. I don't care who believes it. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. You don't ever see me come on here and say, hey guys, what do you want to see me do next? Because I don't care what you want to see me do next. There's a mission here. There's a purpose. There is a functionality to what we're doing here. That's the reason why people keep coming. Because there's so many people who are tired of being cheated and railroaded and lied to, and their friends and family are being put in a dungeon. Unless you're in the investor list of buying rehabs, I need to know more, okay? I need to know more, okay? I need to know more. I need to know more about these rehabs. I need you guys to check the community page, on my page, identify those people. And in a very short time, I'm gonna put out a bubble graphic that shows you how these people all connect. Okay? Because then what we'll be able to do is turn, and just so you guys know, let me say this to you one more time. Everybody call the state attorney general. From what I understand, the state attorney general is just like me. He's a crusader. The state attorney general of Ohio, he is just like me, or so they say. I haven't, someone told me last night that the state attorney general was insanely crazy about justice. And I'm just, you know, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it comes to justice because I was cheated so many times. I've been cheated. And I can't help it, you know, I'm a human being. So just real quick when I said that, because of how quickly my brain fires, I just remembered all the times. My brain just remembers being locked into a dungeon and not knowing how I was going to get out and not knowing what would happen to me. And I'm just, the tabs, you should see one that says DeletelawZ on the tabs. If not, just switch emails. I have a friend helping, he's going to remain anonymous, and so I can't show him on camera, or I would. But why do all the prosecutors and their families and the judges own all the rehabs there? Is that a fair enough question? And why is it the other day in court that Judge Waldo told the guy that if you didn't agree to in-house, oh, and just so you know, the girl, what was her name again? What was that girl's? Hand me that yellow sheet. I got it. That's DeletelawZ right there, bro. That's DeletelawZ right there. That yellow sheet right there. Right there, he's right here. So just so you know, when I was in Waldo's court the other day, he tried to tell me that I was distracting him. And I had to say to him, Mr. Waldo, you graduated top of your class. You can't take a journalist in the front row. So her name was Dawn Wilford. Dawn Wilford is 50 years old. And when she told Judge Waldo that she didn't want to go to an in-residential facility, Judge Waldo then put Dawn Williford in jail when she said, I don't want to do in-house residential treatment. Because it seems as though, and it's just from my observation here as an investigative journalist, it seems like to me that the judges are passing around the people to the other judges' rehabs, so that it's not a conflict of interest. That's what it seems like to me. Because when Dawn Williford, when she said, I don't want to do residential treatment, he put her in chains and in the Lawrence County Jail. He put her in jail. She's 50 years old. She's not healthy. She's not healthy. Why is Dawn Williford in jail? She has, oh, and by the way, just so you know, the reason Dawn Williford is in jail, I was sitting in court. I took extensive notes. She's in jail because they say that she peed dirty in a rehabilitation clinic. So you go into a rehabilitation clinic to get help, to get better from a drug addiction. And then when she peed dirty, they charge you with possession of a drug and they put you in the dungeon. How is that a rehabilitation clinic? I've never heard of anything like that. Have you? They brought her in chains. In chains. Her wrists were in chains. Her ankles was in chains. You could hear the chain dragging on the floor. What do you need, bud? Paper's right there on top. There's a bunch of paper. So, anybody understand that? I am my brother's keeper, and if you piss dirty, we're going to charge you with another crime out of our rehab, and then we're going to put you in jail, and then when you get out, you can go back to our rehab, but not our rehab, go back to another judge's rehab too. And Finley, oh, by the way, here's the rich one. Did you guys see that Andrea Kratzenberg, the prosecutor there, the one who's prosecuting me, which you're going to lose big time, babe. I'm suing you guys. You're done. You didn't give me due process of law. You guys didn't follow the proper procedures to arrest me for peacefully protesting in a community center that's tax funded. You have to give me ample time to leave. Arresting protesters is a last resort. You dummies. But when you have people who are in charge of the law that don't know the law, then that's the problem. So anyway, listen, I've been on for 37 minutes. I'm going to get out of here pretty quick here. So I need you guys to go to the community page on YouTube and start to talk. I need more information. Who's holding a video that they're not sending to me? The person who sent me McKnight's body cam, I need you to resend it. I have thousands of emails now. I get 50, 60, 100 a day. So I need that McKnight body cam resent to me because I want to expose him next for the abuses he does. I can't focus on because, so just down the list, a petition for a writ of habeas corpus this week, 2 civil rights lawsuits this week, and then we're going to file a couple of motions for people who can't pay child support and now they're facing the dungeon. They have a warrant for their arrest, even though they don't have a job, can't make any money, and they can't drive because they don't have a driver's license because someone in the Ohio State legislature thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and suspend your driver's license. Who thought of that? How dumb are you, dude? I can't wait till I find out who sponsored that bill. I'm coming after you, brother, publicly. I'm coming after you, sister, whoever you are that wrote a bill that said you lose your driver's license if you don't pay your child support. I am coming after your job. So frustrating. So does everybody know how to get to the community page on YouTube? I'm posting all kinds of content there. Does anybody not know how to get to the community page on YouTube? Oh, is that in print right now? Ooh, you get to see the letter right now. You get to see the demand letter right now. All auditors need to look at this letter that I'm going to show you right now. They cannot keep your property. Who has people that the sheriff's department or the Ironton Police Department has taken your property and will not give it back? Who has? Yes, me, no, yes or no? How many people here have had their property taken? See, Ron's back. Hey, Ron, be careful what you say, man. The moderators are just intense because of how many trolls. So just be careful what you say because they'll put you in timeout and then I got to go back and find you and then re-add you. So, and what's the relationship between Donnie and Judge Waldo? Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that is? Yeah, like David Lucas telling a mutual friend that I pooped my pants. David, like I would tell you that I pooped my pants. I trust the media, 0. Why is David Lucas publicly funded? According to what I'm being told, allegedly. So why is he publicly funded? I don't understand that. I would love to know. Why is that? Well, Silent Boy may be coming, but you're gone, bro. You're off my channel. Is that going to print? Okay, so it's going to print in 1 second. Also has ties to Lawrence County Health and Wellness Services. Everybody dig into David Lucas. There's something that doesn't smell right here with David Lucas. There's something, because you guys read it in community page and on Facebook, I posted what he said to me. He tongue-in-cheek threatened me and said, so he did two things. Number one, he said, hey, this is Appalachian country around here, Chille. If I was you, I'd get yourself out of town. And then on the next paragraph, he said, if you're trying to get a Netflix deal, right now is not the time for you to be in Lawrence County. David, I'm going to California to empty my storage unit. I'm moving there. You will never get away from me, dude. I'm going to find out every bit of dirt about you, David. I'm going to find out everything you've ever done wrong. Because if you haven't noticed, I've been real popular for a long time. If there was real dirt on me, people would have found it. Because there's none. I've never done anything wrong to anybody. I've never assaulted anybody. I've never done anything violent to anybody. Well, not never. Before I was 25, I got in a lot of fistfights. But never, never. There's no assault record. There's no domestic violence. There's none of that stuff. So, David Lucas telling people I pooped my pants. I guess we're going to find out how much poo's in your pants, David. We're going to find out how much poo is in your pants. That's what we're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out. So this letter is about to print. I'm just stalling right now. I'm just stalling a couple minutes. What are you doing, Bobby? Is it printing or not printing? Is that my system or yours? Okay. I'm just stalling for a minute because I want you guys to see this letter that we're serving to the Ironton Police Department for my phone and to, hey, Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. You guys better find Wendell's phone. You better find Kent's phone. You guys better find Kent's phone because we're doing a federal letter for demand for his phone back. I don't hide anything. I put it right out there in the open. People are like, oh man, don't tell everybody your strategy. You know what my strategy is? Transparency. My strategy is everything goes on camera. Everything. When I mess up, I just go, hey man, I messed up. I messed up. So, okay, well then you have to send, and listen, oh, and then here's the other thing. If you send me an email without your cell phone, then there's 3 emails back and forth. Because you send me an email and you send me this big long book that I can't read because I'm too busy, and then I just scan it real quick as fast as I can, and then I send you an email back and I say, send me your phone number, and then you send me your phone number back, and then I gotta call you. If you submit anything to me, I need your phone number. And everybody, the 750 people here, should be contacting the State Attorney General's office. Apparently, he is a real stickler for justice. Apparently, this is what I'm being told by one of my confidential informants. They said that, and I'm so sorry, you guys, everybody hit your like button. Everybody take your finger right down there at the bottom of your screen, hit your like button. Everybody take your finger real fast. I have to do this really shallow nonsense, but it's important. It's important that more people join the movement of transparency. That's the most important thing. So everybody take your finger and reach down and hit your like button. I'm not gonna run for mayor, Sam. You're safe, Sam Cramblett. Which Sam, by the way, buddy, Sam, just so you know, the reason why, I'll let you see it in the lawsuit, Sam, because you're in it. Oh yeah? You're probably just in the wrong place, that's all. Hey, Tom, let me, did it work? Let me explain something to you guys. We got the letter printing. I'm going to show you the letter right now, the letter for demand to get your property back. I'm going to show it to you right this second, all 700 people in here, 770, whatever it is. I'm going to show you guys how to get your property back, how to file a demand federally to get your property back. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I want to answer someone that just said, just pay your child support. Did everybody see Derek Medley's story? He was at a position where he couldn't pay his child support because if he got a job somewhere, they would siphon all of his money and he wouldn't make it. Is that mine or is that Kent's? Okay, cool. Which is the first page, second page? It printed on front and back? Okay. So this is what the demand letter looks like. This is what the demand letter looks like. At the top here, it's to the City of Ironton Police that this will be served today, okay? And you put this right here. So you put who you're serving here. And then right here it says RE, immediate release of personal property iPhone. And then right here, Chief Wagner, who's about to resign. Wagner, you're done, dude. You're done, because I'm suing you federally for violating my civil rights. That's what's happening, Pam. That's what's happening, babe. So, and then it says, Chief Wagner, the letter is a formal demand for the immediate return of my personal and business property, specifically my iPhone 12 Max that you make an immediate return of my property to myself on my designated agent. I have Ironton Auditor is my designated agent. The reason I'm saying that Ironton Auditor is my designated agent, because now it's transparent. Do you see what happens? And now if they arrest Ironton Auditor and they know he's my designated agent, then you know what they're doing and everybody knows what they're doing. Do you see? Transparency. Film everything. Film everything. The reason why, just so you know, the reason why that Kent Freeman can file a lawsuit is because of the cameras he installed in his house. If Kent Freeman didn't have cameras around his house, then he would be facing 2 felonies. One, resisting arrest, and the other one, assaulting a police officer, when he never touched him, literally never touched him. He never touched him. He laid on the ground and screamed and cried and begged. He never touched the man, but he was charged with assaulting a police officer. Jay Spoljarek, you're so full of garbage, dude. What's that like to just be a liar? So then it says here, on the off chance that you're unaware, this specific item of my property was seized off my person on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022, when I was arrested while peacefully protesting at the Ironton City Center located at, despite other of my property being returned to me at the time of my release later that day, your office has failed to release and return my cell phone. Since this date, I have made numerous requests to your office for the return of this property. You have failed to do so. So this is your demand letter that we're going to file with the federal court in Cincinnati. First, we're going to serve Pam with this, and then tomorrow she gets sued for violating my civil rights. I told you, Pam. I told you. Did you think I was joking? So, oh, is that what you said? Oh, Susie, you're just in the wrong place, baby. That's all. You're just in the wrong place. Bye, Susie. You'll never comment here again. So then it says here, be advised. Be advised. Let me just step to the side here so you can just read the letter. Be advised, your office has no valid and factual evidence to support a claim that the subject iPhone is contraband. Remember I said this word is key, contraband. Contraband is when you use your phone in the commission of a crime. Therefore, your office is unlawful in possession of this property, and your office is holding my property in an active breach of my constitutional protection, specifically the First and 14th Amendment to the Constitution. You see? Do you see? And by the way, I'll put this on the community page on YouTube. You guys can copy it. You can copy it and file your own letter of demand, and then I'll put the whole lawsuit on the community page and on my Facebook page, and then you guys can just remove my data, put your data in there, and then you can sue them too. Yeah, that's right. The people are done. There's people like me who will educate the people and teach them how to sue you. Yeah, you're done. So now this says, take notice that your office's failure to make a return of this property to me, which I have stated to you and to your counterparts, is used for my journalistic endeavors and contains confidential, personal, and time-sensitive information, has caused me to suffer an unavoidable injury. Therefore, I will file my federal civil rights lawsuit on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022 in federal district court if my phone is not returned. So then right here, so that's all your letter has to say, exactly what you saw here. If you have your property taken, you can literally copy this letter. Just change my name out and then put your exact phone or your property listed there, and then you file that with the police department, and then I'm going to show you later tonight how to file your federal civil rights lawsuit. Okay, so then right here, this is my declaration for Ironton Auditor. Terry, this is a declaration for Ironton Auditor. And so if you're not in town and you need someone to serve for you, this is what the letter looks like if you need someone to go serve those dirty pigs. It's right here. I'm going to show it to you. So this one says, I, Jose Maria DeCastro, do hereby authorize the person before you, Terry Nip, to take possession of the subject iPhone 12 Max Pro, known to be in the possession of the City of Ironton Police Department, located at 301 South Ironton. So I declare that the pains and penalty of perjury of the state of Ohio, that the foregoing is true and correct and is made at my direction. Further, I may be contacted at the phone number below to make any additional confirmation if needed. That's all you have to do. That's it. That's all you do. That's it. And then you can get your property back. You know, you can get your property back. How many people? No one ever answered. How many people have property? How many people have property the cops have taken? Especially auditors. Especially auditors. Thank you, J Law. I do appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lucas and the clerk. Oh, really? Lucas and the clerk. What's their relationship? I don't know. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the relationship is between David Lucas and the clerk? Someone said something about that. Oh, Tommy. God bless you, Tommy. God bless you, Tommy. You know, just Tommy, I've been known for a long time now. It's coming up on a year in June where, just so you guys know, in the first week on TikTok, I got 100,000 subscriptions in the first week. I had 100,000 subs by July 4th, and I started on June 20th. So that's 14 days. I had 100,000 subs within 2 weeks of joining TikTok, meaning that any platform I go to, it'll be the same thing. And you know why? Because the people are sick of it and the people want transparency. That's what's going on. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, Lucas and the clerk, what is their relationship? I don't know, but let's find out. Because Lucas is, hey, Mr. Lucas, I don't think you're above board, sir. I think that there's things that you're trying to hide. You don't want me to investigate. I don't know why that is. But also, Mr. Lucas, what he does. Oh, is that Kent's letter? Okay. So, Mr. Lucas, just so you know, I think that you being paid to provide communications because you lost the commissioner seat by one or two votes, I think there's something wrong with that, Mr. Lucas. Also, Mr. Lucas, your two veiled threats of me that I should leave Lawrence County and get out of Ironton and you should be afraid for me. Dude, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Kind of, not afraid. Sort of, I'm not afraid. Not even kind of, dude. You're trying to bully someone who already beat the bully thing as a kid, and now you think that I'm going to be bullied? You think I'm going to be afraid? Just, there's something wrong. There's something wrong, okay? There's something wrong. There's something wrong here. There's something going on there. Why did Mr. Lucas suggest I leave Lawrence County? Okay. Well, I have court on the 28th, so I have to be back before the 28th. So I'm going to be back before the 28th. And is this going to be Kent's letter right here? Okay. So now I'm going to show you Kent's letter. I'm going to show you. So we're also filing a demand. Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. We are filing. Is this Kent's letter? So and that's another release for Terry. Okay, certificate of delivery. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I wish I could show you who this guy is helping. I mean, I wish I could show you, but I can't. So now this is a return. This Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. Go find Kent's phone, and if you don't, you're going to get sued for more money because it's already a 7-figure lawsuit. If you try to keep his phone, we're going to sue you for more money. So it goes like this. So now I'm going to pull to the side here, and I'm just going to read this to you guys. So this is it's the same thing. Just the format. If your property's been stolen by these dirty pigs, okay. Office of Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. Attention, Sheriff Jess Lawless, and there's the address. Immediate return of personal property, Motorola Edge Plus. Sheriff Lawless. This is a letter, a formal demand for the immediate return of my personal property, specifically Motorola Edge Plus, that you make an immediate return of the property for myself and my designated agent, or my designated agent, April 5th. On the off chance you're unaware, this specific item of my property was seized from me on Saturday, January 22nd, 2022, and I was arrested by Deputy Spooge, at my home in South Point, Ohio. Despite other of my property being returned to me on or about Tuesday, January 27th, your office has failed to return my cell phone to me since this date. I have made several requests to your office for the return of my property, yet you failed to do so. Be advised, Sheriff Lawless, you corrupt official. You're so corrupt, dude. Be advised that your office has no valid factual evidence to support a claim the subject of the Motor Plus is contraband. That's your key word right there. It wasn't used in the commission of a crime. Therefore, your office is unlawfully in possession of my property, and your office is holding my property in an active breach of my constitutional protective specific to the First and 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Take notice that your office is to return my property to me, which I have stated to you and your counterpart is used for my journalistic endeavors. Okay, so now let me explain that to you. Let me explain it to you so you understand. You don't need a press pass. You don't need to be validated by one of these bullshit fake media companies. You don't need that. The moment you turn your camera on, you become press. Now, if you're like myself and you have hundreds and hundreds of videos, then you're definitely verified as press. But even if you have 0 videos, if you have no YouTube channel, if you don't have an Instagram account, if you don't have a TikTok, just name an app, okay? Facebook pages, you have nothing. The moment you turn your camera on and start filming public officials, especially police, you have become a journalist and you are now protected by the First Amendment and the 14th Amendment, which gives you due process of law. So everybody has to understand that, okay? Okay, everybody has to understand that. So then it says, my journalistic endeavors and contains confidential, personal, and time-sensitive information that has caused me to suffer unavoidable injury. Therefore, I will file my federal civil rights lawsuit on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022 in federal district court if my phone is not returned. Regards, Wendell Kent Freeman. Copy this. Copy it. Copy it. Page. And then tonight, all auditors, if you have a favorite auditor, if anybody has a favorite auditor, tell them to tune in tonight. I'm going to show them how to sue federally if you have been wrongfully arrested. Especially, I watched this guy the other day get arrested. I commented, I subbed, I went to 3 of his videos, I commented, I liked him because he got arrested for just filming police and they attacked him like wild dogs. So copy this. I'm going to put this on community page. Community page. Does everybody know how to get to the community page? Okay. Community page on YouTube. Okay. You don't need a camera if you're there to witness it. No. What's Avaware? You got to be rolling film, dude. Remember, so what's Avaware is a friend. I'm not taking a shot at him at all. He or she, I don't know if what's Avaware is a female or a male or trans, I don't know. But I respect you, brother or sister or trans. I respect you as a person. But what he said is just not true. The reason why Kent Freeman can file a lawsuit against that abuser and corrupted Jay Spuljarek is because it's on film. That's the only reason. Because if Spuljarek charged him with 2 felonies, and the prosecutor has those 2 felonies, and the prosecutor's office owns rehabs. So the prosecutor would actually prosecute Kent if there wasn't a video. And Spuljarek would get on the stand and he would lie. And then Kent Freeman would be facing years in prison if there wasn't a transparent video that showed that Kent Freeman never touched Spuljarek and that Spuljarek actually lied to the other cop and said, we were wrestling over here. You weren't wrestling him, Spuljarek, you fraud, you liar. It's on camera, dude. It's on camera, you moron. So the only thing that saves you, and the only reason these people haven't tried, from my personal opinion, the only reason these people haven't tried to wrongfully incarcerate me or worse, all these judges who own rehab centers, all these prosecutors who own rehab centers, and their dads and their husbands and their wives, and the county commissioner, Deanna Holiday. Deanna, why are you investing in rehab centers? Deanna Holiday, Why are you putting the rehab center in your husband Sean's name? Why are you doing that, Deanna? Are you making money? Oh, that's right. These rehab centers make millions a year. Millions a year. I'm talking like $4 to $15 million a year. And then it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. The only thing that saves you is the camera. The only thing. The only thing. So just remember that, okay? Okay? Who owns gas stations, not rehabs? Who said that? Who owns gas stations and not rehabs? Sean? Sean Holiday owns gas stations and not rehabs? What were you saying? What are you saying? So big man audits, listen, I'll be teaching a class later tonight how to get your property back. Big man audits, go back and watch this broadcast where I show you the letter of how to file, immediately get your property back and file with the police department and then follow up with a federal civil rights lawsuit. Okay? So make sure you guys take a look at these. All right, I'll post this on community. Okay, and what's Avaware? You know I love you, man. You know I have nothing but respect for you, dude. You've been along for the ride with me since I was on TikTok, and I'm super grateful that you've always supported. And I'm just telling the people that the only thing that works is the camera. That's the only thing that works. Okay, so what's Avaware? You guys, what's Avaware is an amazing person. Has helped me so much. Has given me so much advice. And by the way, when I was going through cancel culture, what's Avaware would go on those pages that would make fun of me or call me a racist, and what's Avaware would fight them. So dude, the guy's my friend. He's really my friend. So I really appreciate it. I just want people to know that the only thing that saves you is if it's on video, because we couldn't sue. Kent could not sue if he didn't have a video. Matter of fact, he'd be facing prison. And they would, and then, okay. So the way you get to the community page is you go, oh, clearly I am? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? You have yourself a nice life, and I don't care if you go to hell. I don't care. Later. Okay, so, yeah, you're gone, dude. You won't be able to comment on any of my stuff anymore. Better create another YouTube account. The only thing that saves you in today's world is transparency, and the new system of justice is called transparency. So the way you get to community page is you go to DeletelawZ channel, and then look for the community tab. It will be along the top. Look for the community tab, click on community tab, and then there's all these posts of all these pictures of people I'm posting where I need you to tell me who they are. How does Donnie connect to Waldo? Okay, I've been on here for an hour. I got to get off. I got to get that petition for the writ done because we want to get, that person out of jail. Okay. So G, you're spamming, bud. So you have to figure it out. You have to go on, G, I'll put you in timeout here in a second. Okay. So, okay, cool. Cool. Oh no, my eyes were glossy, someone said earlier. Susie said, why is his eyes glossy? Because I work out like a demon and I'm going for the truth and for justice. And so if my eyes are glowing, baby, thank you so much for saying that. All right, I gotta go. God bless you. God bless America. And guess what? We don't stop. We don't stop. You judges, you got the community looking at you now. Prosecutors, why is Andrea Katzenberg's dad investing into rehab centers? Miss Katzenberg? Okay. We don't stop. We always record. Don't hide the phone. Put it out in front of you. Record that dirty pig. Record him. Okay, I gotta go. God bless you guys. I'm out of here. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you. Check the community page, please. I want you guys to have a discussion. I gotta go. Anything from you? That's it. Thumbs up over here.